Hey everybody, it's Elliot from Little Punk People here, and today I'm here in my bedroom once again, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 metal and non-metal albums I listen to whenever I'm feeling down, depressed, that make me feel better about life. So, let's get right into it. Yeah! And I just really wanted to quickly say, before we start the video, thank you so much to Into the AM for sending me these awesome shirts. This is one design. This is another that I really liked. And if you're interested, check the link below, intotheam.com, for really cool shirts. So yeah, thank you once again. Back to the video. Here we have Torch's Admission. Some days whenever I'm feeling down, I feel like I just need some spacey vocals and just heavy guitar riffs, and this is perfect. It is an all-around great album. It literally feels like you're in space and just away from the world, so it's perfect for this list. Here we have Immortals, Pure Holocaust. I know a lot of Immortals sounds very cold and dark, but sometimes you need cold and dark. You just need to get all your anger out, and Immortal is definitely a good way to do that. So, Immortal. For my number 8, I have Dimmu Borgir, In Sorte Diaboli. That album is incredible. It has a lot of nostalgia to me. Because I remember when I was really young listening to it, and my dad showing it to me and being blown away, and that was like one of the heaviest albums I ever listened to when I was younger. So it kind of brought me into metal, and it's always good to listen to that. It gives me good memories. So, number 8. Yeah. For my number 7, I have Ace of Spades Motorhead. The reason why this album makes me feel better is just the style, the guitar riffs. Whenever I hear it, it just makes me like, yeah, like that type of style. And of course, Lemmy is a metal god, so those are the main reasons why I chose this, and I felt like it's a perfect choice. And just look at that album cover. You can't tell me that doesn't make you feel happy, so. Number 6 is Killers from Iron Maiden. The reason why I chose this one is that I remember being younger. Nostalgia always makes me feel happy. And my dad first putting on this album, and he was singing perfectly to it, and it was hilarious. He was like, oh, yeah! And it got me so excited. That bass line of Killers is incredible. And this all-around album is amazing. Paul Di'Anno on vocals, of course, is incredible, and his style gives me a lot of happiness. And I picture myself on stage when I listen to this album. So, number 6 is Killers. And now for number 5, I have Power Trip's Nightmare Logic. First thing I'm going to say is rest in peace to Riley Gale, one of my favorite singers in metal. I'm very glad and I'm very appreciative. He was such a nice dude when I interviewed him, and I'm very glad I was able to go to 2 concerts. And whenever I listen to this, I think about when I was in school, whenever I was upset or whatever, and I put on this album, and I'd just be blown away by the riffs, by his vocals, and just be so excited and pumped about life, about music. And Soul Sacrifice, Executioner's Tasks, Swing of the Axe, Firing Squad. I remember the first time I listened to Firing Squad at that Cannibal Corpse concert, and everyone going, Firing Squad! And it was just the best ever. So I had to include Nightmare Logic. Now, here we have, at number 4, Vulgar Display of Power from Pantera. I mean, just look at that album cover. If you are feeling down in the dumps and someone's trying to talk to you, that's what I want to do. Fucking Hostile is incredible, and I have a story about this one. Another school story. Whenever we would do language arts, my language arts teacher would allow us to listen to music. And, of course, we didn't have Spotify or anything, and they blocked out some YouTube songs. So I went on Google Play, and there was a metal playlist, and that song, fucking Hostile, would always come on that radio, and I would get so into it and so happy. I mean, at school, you're always, bummed out. Why do I have to do this? And whenever that, I'd be like, yeah! And while I'm typing the essay. So, and also, Phil Anselmo, I interviewed him twice. Always makes me happy. He was another really awesome person to me. So, Vulgar Display of Power at number 4. Yeah. For my number 3 spot, I have Monotheist from Celtic Frost. For me, that album is probably one of the darkest albums out there. I mean, Abysme Val Dath is just incredible. That long, it's just, whoa, in the middle of that song just gets me right there. Just makes me feel like I'm summoning the devil. And whenever I listen to it, it just gives me a good vibe. It gets my anger out. It makes me feel like I'm with the darkness. Like I'm not alone. I'm with all the freaks. So, number 3, unfortunately we don't have the record, so number 3 is Monotheist. So, definitely big one for me. Number 2, we have Type O Negative's World Coming Down. Obviously, when you're feeling depressed or sad, you feel like the world is coming down on you. You're going down with the world. And Peter Steele's vocals almost feels like a friend to me. It comforts me because I've been listening to Type O Negative for years and years and years. I've been growing up with this band. So it always soothes me, his voice. And also, the music in general is incredible too. The guitar tones, the guitar sound, the drums, everything is amazing about this album. And it makes me feel better about the world, even though the name is World Coming Down. So, number 2, World Coming Down, Type O Negative. For my number 1 spot, I have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath by Black Sabbath. You know how much I love Black Sabbath. You know how much I love Ozzy. And Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, I'm going to say, right here is my favorite Black Sabbath album. I know that's crazy. Songs like Looking for Today, Spiral Architect, and Killing Yourself to Live. I love the vocal melodies on that album, on those songs in general. And Ozzy is one of my favorite singers ever. It makes me feel good about life. So, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, my number 1 spot for metal. And I just want to say a quick honorable mention, and that is Melvin's Houdini. The reason why I was almost going to put this on this list is because it makes me think about summer for some reason. I know it's a very dark and evil album, but I listen to this album a lot during summertime for some reason. And it reminds me of playing outside with my friends. So, honorable mention. And now we are on to the top 10 non-metal albums I listen to whenever I'm feeling depressed. And they make me feel better. So here we have is the greatest hits from The Cure. I know that's kind of cheating, but it's the greatest hits. It's all the best songs. Boys Don't Cry, Forest, Love Cats. I mean, The Cure is one of my mom's favorite bands. So that makes me very happy to know I have a cool mom, too. And then also, the voice is incredible, too. His singing voice is amazing, and I almost connect with it sometimes. It makes me feel happy. So, The Cure. At number 9, I have Vince Guaraldi Trio, Jazz Impressions of Black Orpheus. I had to incorporate some jazz in here. This is very fun to listen to close to the winter time, Christmas. And Vince Guaraldi did the music for Charlie Brown, and that show tackles a lot of sadness. So I felt like this is a very good spot for this. So number 9. At number 8, we have some more jazz. John Coltrane Ballads. For this album, I actually, like Elliott Smith, I listened to a lot before I went to bed to help me fall asleep. It relaxes me. And it's crazy to say because most of John Coltrane is very spastic and crazy, but calming at the same time. But for this album, it's a little more chill, which I like. So, number 7, John Coltrane, The Ballads. Number 7. I have Black Flag's My War. I feel like this is the ultimate punk album when it comes to just being sad and down and angry. The whole side B is incredible. Nothing Left Inside, Three Nights and Scream. Those 3 songs literally sound like it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're going crazy at the foot of your bed. My War, Can't Decide, Beat My Head Against the Wall. Beat My Head Against the Wall. I mean, don't you feel like that whenever you're feeling down? And also Henry Rollins is very, he gets very sad at times. I've read his books and he goes pretty crazy. But My War, definitely important for this list. For number 6, I know you guys are gonna think this is lame or laugh at me. I have Billie Eilish's When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? I know this is literally probably the complete opposite of what I should be listening to if I'm a metalhead, but Billie Eilish, sometimes what you need is just some catchy, poppy, beautiful sounding music. Songs like Zanny, I Love You, those songs are incredible. Literally, I Love You sounds like they could be on In Rainbows by Radiohead, in my opinion. I love this album, and I don't care. For number 5, I have Nick Drake's Pink Moon. This is a very beautiful acoustic music. One of my biggest influences is Nick Drake, and this album is just all around incredible. Things Behind the Sun, whenever he has that singing melody, when he just goes a little higher, it brings me so much joy. And of course, it was very sad the way Nick Drake died. He killed himself, and obviously that's a big issue when it comes to depression. So I feel like Nick Drake deserves to be at this spot. For number 4, I have Bad Brains' self-titled album. Before I take a shower or whatever, I like to listen to my headphones with this album, and it gets me in the mood to dance around, and I act like I'm singing with the Bad Brains on stage. That song, Attitude, when he says, "We got that PMA," that stands for Positive Mental Attitude. So, good choice there, huh? And then also, I Don't Need It, Band in DC, those songs, like, come on. If you're feeling down or whatever, you hear that, it makes you want to get up, it makes you feel motivated. So, number 4. Alright, we're coming to our top 3 now. In Rainbows by Radiohead. This album, I'm just going to say it in one word, perfect way to describe it is beautiful. Jigsaw falling into place, that song puts me into another dimension. One night when I was listening to it, when I was feeling down, I listened to that song like 3 to 4 times, and then I wrote in my journal, Jigsaw falling into place is the perfect song. It's the most perfect song it can be. Faust Harp is incredible. Radiohead in general is an amazing band to listen to, but I feel like this is the best album for that. So, number 3 is In Rainbows. Number 2 is Descendants, I Don't Want to Grow Up. Let's face it, I'm a nerd, so it's good to listen to some nerd punk sometimes. Descendants, Silly Girl, Good Things, those songs are literally how I feel sometimes, like if there's a girl I like, you know? Like, okay, well, I'm a nerd, but Descendants, this album always puts me in a good mood. I remember being on the deck with my dad one day, and I was feeling down, and we were going to film something, record maybe a self-tape, and my dad said, listen to Descendants, man, that'll cheer you up, that'll get you motivated. And I went right to this album, listened to it, and within 2 songs, I was in a good mood, and I was ready to film. So, number 2, I Don't Want to Grow Up, is perfect album for me. Number 1 is Elliott Smith's Either Or. A few videos back, you saw how much I loved Elliott Smith when I unboxed the self-titled album, and this album to me is his all-round best album. Speed Trials, Alameda, Ballad of Big Nothing, No Name Number 5, Between the Bars, it goes on and on. If I didn't limit myself to one album per band, Elliott Smith would dominate this list. Elliott Smith means a lot to me. A lot to me. Makes me feel happy. A song like Rose Parade is how I feel sometimes when I want to get in a good mood, let's go out, you know. And then No Name Number 5, that song is like, at nighttime, it's perfect. It's at nighttime, you are done with the day, there's nobody around, and it's just time to chill and relax and just calm your mind. So, Elliott Smith's Either Or, my number 1 spot. And here I have an honorable mention. I have Bad Religion's Recipe for Hate. I was almost going to put this on this list because I remember being on the bus home one day and I listened to this album and it calmed me down after I was feeling stressed, and actually put me to sleep too because his voice is very soothing. So this is an honorable mention for me. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting us and watching this video. Make sure you comment down below your list for songs that make you feel happy when you're depressed. Obviously, this list is completely opinion-based on how I feel about certain albums and stuff. And I'd really love to hear you all talk about your favorites down below. Any I missed or anything. So thank you once again, and have a nice night, day, weekend, week, year. Thank you.